This is the story of Hunt Down the Freeman 2. Following the death of mother of Vortigaunt Jr. by the Combine, he has been captured and tortured his genitals. He was 13 years old. Vortigaunt Jr. suddenly wakes up before the machine that is used for Combine starts up, and he run away so fast. Somehow he hides in weapons room and feels lots of pain in his body. Vortigaunt Jr. became a soul-sick monster, just like Alex Mercer from Prototype. The only difference between them were Vortigaunt Jr. has this own genes, whereas Alex Mercer has it from infection. Vortigaunt Jr. only has Alex Mercer claws. Vortigaunt Jr. suddenly comes with anger, and he yells just like Tank from Left 4 Dead. He starts killing Combine with no mercy. Suddenly, a Combine advisor stands in Vortigaunt Jr.'s way, and BAM! They're all dead after 30 minutes. Vortigaunt Jr. opens his bag and wears his boxers and shorts and continues his way in monster form. He finds an helicopter, UH-1H Huey. He leaves the place with using helicopter. 2 hours later, he came to the Lost Coast. 10 minutes later, after the entrance to the hills, Vortigaunt Jr. sees Combine and starts killing them all. After, he finds the headcrab canister launcher, and he destroys it! After Vortigaunt Jr. destroys them Combine, plus helicopter came out, he starts killing them. When the killing line comes to the Combine helicopter, he launches an RPG and destroys it. When Vortigaunt Jr. returns to its own helicopter, he sees Captain Tyrant and is the only friend of his father, Lieutenant Vortigaunt, a HECU soldier and a aerospace engineer who works for repair and maintenance for the air vehicles of HECU. Vortigaunt Jr. kicks ass of the Captain Tyrant, and Captain Tyrant fell into ground. Aftermath, Lieutenant Vortigaunt and his squad found the Captain Tyrant lying on the ground.
Tyrant, what happened?
There was a guy just like you, same powers, but he was a kid. He kicked my ass, Vort.
How?
He shitted me with his deadly claws just like yours.
The part that Sergeant Mitchell kills the Atom. Helicopter lands, and National Guard named Nick came out of the helicopter first. Mitchell raises his head in the helicopter, stands up, and moves to the exit of the helicopter. Atom got shocked. Impossible!
Adam!
Mitchell runs like with full of rage and anger while the Atom was climbing down the ladder and runs. Mitchell raises his gun. Adam! And bang! Mitchell shoots the Atom from the back. Mitchell pushes him.
Mitchell, look, I can explain. You lied to me.
Bang! That wasn't the deal he told me.
Bang! You betrayed me. You used me. Bang!
You fucked up my face.
Mitchell, I can explain.
You have my permission to die.
Bang!
The Atom died and his dead body fell to the ocean. Waiting for your orders, Captain.
Turn the ship. We're going to Borealis.
In the Arctica, suddenly G-Man appeared and wants to kill Vortigaunt Jr.
Hello there, kid. Get out of my way. You are going to die, kid. I will rip your heart from your useless body.
And the big deadly fight starts. Vortigaunt Jr. got wounded too bad, but he won anyway. The G-Man, he is dead and got vaporized forever.
Fuck you, son of a bitch!
No. And big explosion that never imagined. The whole floor was shaken. The G-Man died forever. Aftermath, Vortigaunt Jr. founds Borealis, and he sees Freeman and his friends. They were fighting against Sergeant Mitchell and his squad. Suddenly, a claw appeared on Gordon Freeman's body, and he stares to Vortigaunt Jr. and he dies. No! Gordon! Ah! You son of a bitch! Vortigaunt Jr. kicked their asses with a punch. Vortigaunt Jr. says to Sergeant Mitchell,
Stop! I'm not your fucking enemy. I came to save the fucking Earth, and I know your brother Adrian Shepard. He has been saved by me. There was a guy named G-Man. I think you saw him. Blue eyes, red tie, and blue jacket. He also has briefcase.
I saw that guy. What happened to him?
I killed him.
Prove that. Vortigaunt Jr. throws the G-Man's bloody red tie and his briefcase. Let me save the entire Earth. And the big thing comes. Devastator attack, just like Alex Mercer, has the tentacles. Suddenly, Vortigaunt Jr. feels lots of pain around his body and lots of trillions of tentacles come out just like from Alex Mercer's body. After a few hours later, the tentacles can be seen surrounding the entire Earth. The death of Combine occurred in the entire Earth. There were no Combine left, only Rex citizens, refugees, rebels, and so on. Only normal humans and Vortigaunts left. After the Vortigaunt Jr.'s extreme destructive Devastator attack, the Borealis was about to be destroyed. Sergeant Mitchell took Alex Vance and Barney Calhoun to the mothership. They escaped from Borealis. Vortigaunt Jr.'s last words in monster form to Sergeant Mitchell.
I am tired of this shit. I just want a soft warm bed, a food and water from you, nothing else.
Vortigaunt Jr. turned to its normal form, and he falls into ground. Sergeant Mitchell took him for a warm, soft bed and a food. Vortigaunt Jr. has eaten the food and turns to his sleeping.
This map shows where my father lives, and there were no Combine invasion. The name of the city was Evo City.
Sergeant Mitchell turns their mothership to the Evo City. Aftermath of the arrival, Captain Tyrant sees Vortigaunt Jr.
It's the kid who hurt me and I want him alive.
Stay away from me!
Vortigaunt Jr. turns to its monster form and attacks to Captain Tyrant and his son Timmy.
You son of a bitch!
Vortigaunt Jr. kicks the asses of Captain Tyrant and his son Timmy, but his father defeated him.
How dare you hurt my friends, you fucking psychopath.
Go to hell, old fuck!
Lieutenant Vortigaunt kicks his own son's ass, but he doesn't know it's his son yet when the blood sample of Lieutenant Vortigaunt reveals that he is Vortigaunt Jr.'s father.
Daddy?
I am not your fucking father. Shut up. The fucking test will be negative 100%. I am sure I will cut your belly and chest.
Vortigaunt Jr. cries because he cares too much. Suddenly, test results come out.
Bad news, Vort. You are father of this kid. Oh God, no, Ashley tricked me. She said that she had removed her genitals. I can't make parenting to my child. I can't because I can't make him happy. You're bored, grown up. The only thing you're going to work on is make him happy, nothing else.
And so on. They live happy, include Lieutenant Vortigaunt and his son, Vortigaunt Jr. Of course, Sergeant Mitchell happily found his brother Adrian Shepard.